and I saw that the Packers were going to play the Lions, and I was like, I really hope the Lions win. And then I was like, never mind.
Yeah, I was watching that. That was one of the games that I had some, and I should have cashed out when the one thing happened because I could have had a profit, and I didn't. I don't endorse sports gambling. Let me just make that very clear. I
It was
don't.
just like, I should try it one time. She's like, never again.
Yeah, one of Zach's friends just like turned 18 and we've been going like back and forth about it. I was like, you know what, this could be my week. It was not my week, needless to say. But that's okay.
Should have betted on the Chargers
get
versus
paid
the
next
Chiefs.
week.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Alright. What?
She relies on me for that because we both get paid in the same week. And I'll be like, yeah, but we're getting paid this week. She'll be like, bet. I always forget. Yeah, it's really funny because, like, we don't know how this happened, but, like, our job pay cycle lined up somehow. And so whenever Julie's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting paid this week, I'm like, I'm getting paid this week. You know your bestie when you ended up on the same, we don't even work the same jobs at all. They're very different. We don't even work in the same state. No.
Dang, that's crazy. Anyways, to sports.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I was just gonna say it.
Alright, okay, recap. Brief recap is fine. Starting off with our normal stupid statistics, we'll transition into soccer, although we don't have a lot on that, and we'll touch on that in a hot second. After soccer, we will transition into football because the NFL's back, week 1. Maybe we'll give a little update on how our fantasy teams are currently doing. The Ravens-Bills game just kicked off, so fingers crossed on that. And then we go to racing, although we don't have a lot, per usual. And then we'll go to our radar points to wrap up our episode. So, starting with stupid statistics, I'll let Julie take that.
Hi guys. Welcome back to Stupid Statistics. Starting off in Florida, where South Florida upsets number 13th ranked Florida in Gainesville, 18-16. Massive win for the Bulls.
Yeah, crazy upset. I was watching this. This is college football for those of you who don't know. Literally crazy. They, like, I don't know how they pulled off this upset, but like South Florida is unranked, Florida's ranked, and it's just like crazy win. Everyone was going nuts after the game, and you could just see the disbelief on all the Gators fans' faces, and I was just reveling in that because I love watching teams get upset. Anyways,
Her favorite.
when it's not my team.
Yeah. Anyone else's, but ours. And then we have former Rams running back Todd Gurley is still third in the league in rushing touchdowns since 2015. Gurley hasn't played a single game since 2020. Dang, not 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we keep saying this stat, but it's crazy every single time that I read it. Like, bro is still ranked third in the NFL. Like, no one's beaten him for touchdowns since 2015.
Crazy. It's 5 years. 5 years, guys. You've had the time. And then the LA Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert used to be his high school's fishing club president. That's my quarterback, y'all. That's funny.
Now you all might think that we're mentioning Justin Herbert because something notable came out about his dating life earlier this week. That is not the case. That is not the case.
But who was it?
Madison Beer.
Oh. T, okay. Everyone, that's why I keep seeing TikToks about this is really why he's been winning.
Yes.
Good for him, I guess. I feel like it's like a theme now that singers are like, let me try the football life. And you do you, boo. And then Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't won a UEFA Champions League. I almost like stumbled on my words. God bless. Oh, I don't want to say it wrong. Is it
It's
Ballon
French.
d'Or?
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or, Golden Boot, or any major international trophy since VAR was introduced.
I have a see for all of you who think that Real Madrid aren't corrupt. That just tells you everything that you need to know. Everything that you need to know, because literally Bayern got robbed. I'm still salty over this by the way. If you can't tell. Bayern got robbed, and then the next year VAR was introduced, and I was like, 1 year and it would have been Bayern winning again, but that's okay.
Just minor crash out. That's all. But moving on. So Lionel Messi scored 91 goals in 2012, which is more goals than most professional players scores in their entire career. Dang. Okay, Messi.
Yeah, he's just that good. I mean, I included a Ronaldo statistic, so of course, I have to include Messi because Messi's my GOAT. In all honesty, if you guys couldn't tell that by any,
She has the Fortnite skin.
I do, but I just needed to glaze Messi here a little bit because I was not letting Ronaldo get by with a statistic without a Messi statistic.
I respect it. And then is it Univision? Was okay. Univision branded the Mexico versus Japan match #tacos versus sushi.
Yeah. They broadcasted this on live television.
In so many ways, but it is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that the game was actually played in the US. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, ain't no way I have to save this. That's too funny. Too funny. So, yeah.
I'm being nosy. Okay, it's fine. Moving on. We don't have time for this. But anyway, speaking of soccer, now to soccer.
Right, okay. So as I said before, we don't have a lot for you. It's international window, so no games are being played at the club level, meaning we don't have Premier League, we don't have La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, all that jazz. We don't have it. But we do have international games, which but yeah, okay, so I will just go over a couple notable ones that I know that there are still some being played throughout this week. So I believe next week we also will not have our regular soccer stuff as well. But yeah, we'll have to see. But we will start with the Netherlands and Poland. They tie 1-1. Brazil wins 1-0 over Argentina, which is huge. This could potentially be Messi's last game for the Argentina. So we'll see how that goes. They gave a whole press thing about how he's getting older and logically speaking, he would not be a good pick to play in the World Cup. So we'll see if he makes their roster or not. I mean, it's an end of an era for sure if he doesn't. But we have Uruguay beating Chile 3-0. We have Germany losing 2-0 to Slovakia. The Germans are not looking good at all. Their coach literally came out and said after today's game, maybe we need to bring up the lower tier players so that way they will lay their bodies on the line for the game. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I understand how you're feeling now. So that's not great. And then my game of the week was Spain and Turkey, which ended up not really being a game. Spain won 6-0 over Turkey, and then Portugal beat Armenia 5-0. Now, here's where it gets frustrating from my perspective. Our boys, the USMNT, lost 2-0 to South Korea. The number one thing that I am annoyed with is our fan support. 80% of the crowd was supporting South Korea. That cannot happen. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. I mean, I get seeing Son play, but even then, he plays in MLS now. You can go see him during those games. Lost 2-0. We didn't even score a goal. And we had Christian and Ballo back. But I still don't think that we had a full strength lineup. I'm still kind of like annoyed with Poch and who he's picking to bring to these games. But we play again later this week on Tuesday, maybe. So we'll see how that one goes. Not impressed, not happy, and I don't even want to do the statistics for it because we sucked. And I think we're on pace to get grouped here, and we don't have notable names, and I am just crashing out. Completely crashing out.
She's crashing, but totally valid.
Yeah, and I was texting Julie about it, and she was like, ain't no way we're losing to South Korea right now, and I was like, yes, we are.
When did you text me? Was that today or yesterday? That was yesterday.
Yeah, last night.
Dang, it's been a lot of losses lately.
But we'll move over to football, and Julie will take it away so you don't have to deal with my crash out.
It's okay, I'll crash out at some point too. But starting off, we have the Eagles beating the Cowboys 24-20. Anyone can beat the Cowboys, let's be real here. Even my dad.
Well, actually, I was surprised because it was pretty evenly matched majority of the game until I think that this was close to the score going into halftime, and then nothing really happened the second half. I went to bed before the third quarter was over, and that was the score.
Yeah, like I said. And then, chef's kiss, the Chargers beating the Chiefs 27-21. I mean, it was still, close, but I'm just happy the Chiefs lost.
Oh, aren't we all?
Right, the fact I'm wearing red. I would be wearing yellow or blue, but I don't have that. And then we have, before you guys go back and look for a video of me wearing yellow, yes, I do own yellow, I just don't have any right now with me currently. And then we have the Colts beating the Dolphins 33-8. We have the Steelers beating the Jets 34-32. Honestly, impressed that the Jets kind of kept up the score. Good for them. I was not expecting that close scoring.
Aaron Rodgers had 4 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, I saw that. That was one of the highlights I did see. I just didn't write it down. I was like, but honestly, I didn't know if it was fake news. I didn't watch the game, so I didn't know.
No, it was legit. And Zach was like, you know what? I'm starting Aaron Rodgers for the memes today. And then he goes off for 4 tutties.
That's crazy. Sorry, but you had it coming. And then we have the Jaguars beating the Panthers per usual. I mean, the Panthers lose all the time. So it was 26-10. And then we have the Cardinals beating the Saints 20-13. The Commanders beating the Giants 21-6. And then we have the Buccaneers beating the Falcons 23-20. The Bengals beating the Browns 17-16.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty game from Joe Burrow. He made about half the amount of passing attempts that Joe Flacco did, and I think Jamar he didn't even get me 5 fantasy points this week.
Come on. And then we have the Raiders beating the Patriots 20-13. The 49ers beat the Seahawks 17-13. We have the Broncos beating the Titans 20-12. And then we have the Packers beating the Lions 27-13. Ooh. And then we have the Rams.
That was not a fun game to watch, let me just tell you, because that was another game. But the Lions only scored their first touchdown with 3 minutes left in the game. It was horrific. And Jahmyr Gibbs, his longest play of the day was 6 yards. and it was a catch, and that came in the fourth quarter. Before that, he averaged 1 yard per his either catch or run, and it was not pretty. And he had like 50 touches on the ball and 1 yard per. So
Anyways, we have the Rams beating the Texans 14-9. And then we have the Ravens versus the Bills, which is currently playing right now, but it started at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. So they've only been playing for maybe 16 minutes. And then we have the Vikings versus the Bears tomorrow night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So keep a lookout for that.
I think that will be a good game if I'm
That would be a good game.
being honest. Well, it will really depend on Ben Johnson and the.
He got a touchdown already.
Who did?
The Bills.
Oh, we take that. We take that. Who?
The Ravens have
has
the
touchdown? Oh wait, this is Ravens. Hold on. Oh, of course, it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, my dude. Still pissed that my sister got to draft him.
And then she
goes, I don't
on her bench. You could trade for him, hypothetically.
I want to, but I also am like really impressed with Herbert. Now, Herbert better not.
No. You keep Justin. Yeah. But who's your backup?
I don't know who my backup is.
No, we won't talk about this over recording. I'll shoot you a text.
You guys didn't hear that. Moving on. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Anyways, moving on. So, here are some of like our little facts and funny moments. So the Eagles' Jalen Carter and Cowboys' Dak Prescott got into a spitting match, resulting in Carter getting ejected during the opening plays of the game. I told my parents this and they were like, for real? And I was like, yeah, that's how we're starting the season.
Well, Dak was the one who kind of instigated it, but the refs didn't see it, and then
still Carter shouldn't have done it.
The retaliation, and yeah.
Not a great move on his part. Don't let them get to you, people. Walk it off. And then, or you'll be walked off the field. And then we have the Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy has a dislocated shoulder after the Chiefs' Friday night showdown with the Chargers. Apparently it was Travis Kelce that instigated this issue in the first place. So
yeah, they ran crossing routes and he just completely took.
I watched them relocate the shoulder back, and I was like, ooh, I didn't even know what I was watching at first, and I was like, oh, he just put his shoulder back, and I was like, what happened? And then I read more of it, and I was like, oh. Speaking of Travis, he got body slammed and slapped during the same game after he's the one that injured Worthy. Yeah, crazy.
Instant karma, in my opinion.
I have never.
Oh, Derrick Henry's in the red zone. Let's go.
I've never laughed so hard in my life seeing him. And then someone made a comment in the comment section. And it was like Travis running to Taylor and was like, "They beat me up." And I've never laughed so hard before in my life.
So good.
Anyway, sorry for dogging on you, Travis, but
I'm not.
You did it to yourself. Someone, speaking of Travis, he did that weird, photo shoot, and someone made their fantasy football team, if they lost their, round, they had to do their own version of the Travis Kelce photo shoot. I was like, now that's a punishment for sure.
That's terrible, yeah.
Anyways, shout out to you, whoever you were. And then we have the Lions and wide receiver Jamison Williams agreed to a 3-year, $83 million extension.
Yeah.
Dang.
Big money.
It's been nice. And then we have the Cleveland Browns and their second round pick.
Quinshawn Judkins.
Awesome. I was like, I'm going to mess that up. Reached an agreement of a 4-year, $11.4 million deal. This means that all of the 2025 draft picks have deals. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, after that, let's move to racing.
Right, well, it was Monza this week, so our Monza video will be out. You all know as much as we would love to talk about it during these main episodes, we just cannot, or else the time of the videos are going to be insanely long, and we don't want to do that to you. We're already at 23 minutes here, so we're not going to do that to you. We're going to do another episode later out this week. But IndyCar season, that is over. That's done. They are wrapping up. Well, they have wrapped up. They're just doing their postseason kind of stuff. They don't do playoffs like NASCAR. So they're done. We will, however, this is huge news that we did not report in our F1 video this week. But Cadillac has announced their reserve driver, none other than the Colton Herta. What does this mean? He gets the reserve driver duties, so he'll be at a couple races. He'll probably be doing sim for them and some other testing and whatnot. The Cadillac CEO actually came out and said that they are looking to getting him a seat in F2, so I'm kind of interested to see which team that's going to be. They haven't said, they haven't gotten it finalized yet, so we'll see how that goes, but Colton Herta is going to be making this jump to F2, and we'll see how it goes, in hopes of getting his super license so he is able to compete in F1. But with that being said, we're going over to NASCAR. I don't even know what race we have this week because I didn't write it down. I forgot. But the Stage 1 winner is Chase Briscoe. The Stage 2 winner is Bubba Wallace. Our top 5 of the race is Joey Logano in 5th, Ryan Blaney in 4th, Chase Elliott in 3rd, and Chase Briscoe in 2nd, with Denny Hamlin taking his win. So yeah, have they knocked anyone out yet? Do you know?
I can look. Yes. I got you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I just now thought about that, and I was like...
Also, it was the Enjoy Illinois 300. That was the race today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Mouthful.
I would never have gotten that.
Oh, the fastest lap was 32.9 seconds.
Wow.
So, standings. This is what I was looking for. So the cutoff line, 4 drivers eliminated after Bristol's Motor Speedway, which won't be till September 13th. So I don't know why we're talking about this, but these are the players that could be eliminated if they don't do well. We have Austin Dillon. We have Shane Van Gisbergen. We have Alex Bowman and Josh Berry.
Okay. Good. So William Byron's still in the mix.
Yes.
We're good.
Yeah, he's currently 6th on position. So, I mean, he's pretty high up there right now.
I don't know what happened to him. He kind of just, faded away. I think he finished, 11th in this race, and I was just like, bro, what happened? He started off so well, and now it's just like...
Yeah, he did 11th.
Yeah, great. All right, but with that being said, we will move upward to our radar points. So last week, Julie picked the Monza Grand Prix. Again, we're talking about that in a video later on this week. Why did I pick that? That was last week. Mine must not be updated because I picked Spain and Turkey and Commanders and Giants. Don't know why that says that. That's
not right.
Anyways, picks for this week. I'll start if that's okay.
That's fine.
I have the Falcons versus the Vikings. This is the return of Kirk Cousins to his team. However, he's not playing. He's the backup quarterback. It will be Michael Penix Jr. along with J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings. 2 pretty young quarterbacks going head-to-head. We have yet to see how J.J. McCarthy will look. He was drafted last year. He missed last year due to injury. I think he tore his ACL. Not 100% sure. So this will be his first year in the NFL playing, technically. we'll have to see how it goes. And he hasn't played yet because he plays Monday night, and it's Sunday night. But we'll have to see. I think it will be a good game. I mean, let me just scroll back up here really quick. Oh, the Falcons. Okay, the Falcons barely lost today. The game went down to a 2-minute drill for the Bucks. They came back and they scored, and that's how they won. And I think that if the Falcons are smart, they could do a bit better, because their last drive, it was not great. And their kicker missed the field goal to tie the game. So that also doesn't help, because the Falcons drove the entire field, and then what happens? The kicker misses the field goal to tie the game and keep it going and go to overtime, but that's fine. And then my other game is the Buccaneers and Texans. I think that this will be a good game because we have Baker Mayfield and CJ Stroud, two notable quarterbacks. They both have some offensive weapons, and based on how the Bucks played today, I think the Bucks will win, but can't count out the Texans yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. It will probably be a really messy game, but that makes for more entertainment,
Yeah.
And both of these are being played on Sunday, so.
Facts. Mine are also being played on Sunday.
No.
I have
no,
because the Packers and Commanders are Monday. No, they're Saturday. What days are they?
Thursday, because they are being played. It's being broadcasted on Amazon Prime.
My bad, I forgot. So I have the Eagles versus the Chiefs, mostly because I think it'll be ironic that they're playing again after that big lose.
Super Bowl matchup.
I think it would be a good matchup. It'd be an interesting matchup. You guys already know the quarterbacks for them. Hopefully, Jalen Hurts, Mahomes, whatever. And then you have the Packers versus the Commanders. I think this will be a very good competitive game. You have Jaden Daniels and Jordan Love. They're both very competitive quarterbacks. So I think I'll be interested to see how that goes. I just thought the Eagles and the Chiefs would be fun. But really, I'm here for the Packers versus the Commanders. And I'm rooting for the Commanders because I'm like...
Well, they won pretty nicely today.
Yeah.
And, I watched both games. I think it's also going to be a good game. It will probably be very defensive. If you're looking at watching this game, it's going to be, I think, personally, it's going to be a very defensive game. We could even see the defensive players scoring at this rate.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Those are my games to watch. And like Anna said, one's Thursday, the other one is Sunday. My bad. But I hope you guys like this video. I think it's a pretty good video. We're back to football for once. I've missed it. My go-to. But if you'd like to see more of our videos, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see that F1 video, if you're new to us, please subscribe and turn on our post notifications, because we do post on Wednesdays. Sometimes we post a little bit later, just depends on our week. But it's always usually a Wednesday, so keep a lookout for that. Just be prepared to wait till the end of the day. And then if you want to see more of our videos, please like our videos, because if you like them, we like it, and we'll like putting more out for you guys to watch. And please comment the games you're going to be watching, or your thoughts on the previous games or races. And then check out our description below for our other social media pages. Down below, we have TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We have all of it. So if you'd like to see us on any of those platforms, please go follow us there.
And we've actually been posting on them this week, so we do have new content for you guys there.
For once, we've been actually posting. Yeah, we're bad about that. We're working on it. But if you'd like to see more of that, please subscribe and go follow our other social media pages.